We've learned how to make money, we stay on it. So we're very similar to you in that we have multiple streams of income. You'll find someone who has a 9-to-5 job but has a side hustle. We're very into things like that. But what I found is the average Nigerian is looking for how do I get rich quick? Right? And that's when they get into trouble. So crypto is great, right? But what I ask, before people are asking me about cryptocurrency, should I put my money here? Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have a savings account? Do you have other investments like real estate and stock portfolios, things that are regulated, that still have risk? But should you be putting all of your money that you're starting to invest in an alternative investment that has a higher return but a way, higher risk?
I think what we're basically saying, financial literacy is a must for every woman. I know people don't like the word budgeting, but it's really about telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. And then from that, I think we're making now the shift as women, not just savers and consumers, because a lot of the domestic consumption it's women who make the decision to wealth creation. And wealth creation is about multiplication of all resources that you have at your disposal. And then move to wealth creation. It can actually sustain my life, my children's life, even the day I'm not working, and I can even go on holiday. Even with that. It's been great talking today, but I know there's so much more to say on this topic. So please join the discussion on BBC Africa social media platforms and keep the conversation going with the hashtag the she word. Goodbye. Thank you, ladies.
It took a devastating fire to open the eyes of Namibians, and particularly the government, to the plight of the residents of Twaloloka in Walfish Bay. And 1 year later, the victims of that fire are still in the same tents and still find themselves demoralized and in dire straits. Earlier this year, It's a Wrap visited Twaloloka, renamed Otwea, and interviewed Rauna Hamunyela, who also was one of the first people to resettle in the area. She was also a victim of the fire that ravaged all her belongings. I asked her whether her life had changed at all since we last met.
Since you left, I think nothing really has changed. Life is just going on the way it used to. About the houses, only that we still have hope that we'll get houses, but the houses are not yet ready. We are still here, the tents. Now it's a year and some few weeks since our Twaloloka got burnt. That is it. So we are still waiting on the government. Always promise the house is going to have to be open this day. And then you see nothing happen. The house is going to open this day. Nothing have changed. They're just talking, just a word of the mouth, but there's nothing to be fulfilled. Yet we have hope that one day we will go and we'll get our houses. The situation in Twaloloka is not that easy. It's a very tough situation. People are not happy. People, they are tired. This place is cold. This place is windy. We have pregnant women. We have babies. We have school kids. There's no electricity. Even the kids who want to read, there's no way they can read. So some of us, we use solars, but not all of us who can afford to buy solars to make light in the houses. Like in my case, we only use our these small cartouche phones. That's what we use just to get light, at least. Cooking, we are still cooking outside. Like mine, my gas is stolen, so there's no way. I don't have money to go buy. The money that I'm using to buy food is the only little money that I got from my fat cakes. Now the time has changed because we are now living in this time of pandemic. We have a limited time to do our business. We have a limited movement to do our business. So life is no more that normal. But yet we trust God for a change. We just trust God for a change. And we hope that one day things will be good on our side. I have a baby there. The mother's not working. I have a son who's big enough. He's not working, yet we have hope that one day they will get a job. It's only me. Now, even the councillor was here today telling us about the houses. He said we must still be patient. From day one, we are just asked to be patient with the government. Now we do not know until when are we going to be patient. Now, because we are running out of patience, because it's too long, it's too much, it's just unexplainable. You cannot explain the situation we are living in. People, they are quarreling. People, sometimes they want to fight. Sometimes they just want to go to take over the houses because it's too long. So, like, when it's windy, like you see the tents are now get turned just because of windy. Sometimes if there's windy and you cook outside, you sleep hunger because there's no way you can cook here. Otherwise, you will just bring havoc. Fire can burn every time. So, for you to avoid that problem again, you have to sleep hunger. You cannot make fire outside while it's windy. You have to sleep hunger. People are very tired, very tired. Life remains the same. The change which was supposed to be done, I don't see that change anyway. I just don't see that change.
Worn out from so many false promises, Rauna Hamunyela has become weary with waiting and says that the houses which were built for them are not ready for occupation as yet.
They are not occupied yet because they are not finished yet. The electricity is not yet there. Water is not yet connected. Sewage is not yet connected. There's nothing. Some of them, they are not having sinks and these sinks and the toilet pots are not there. They are not even on the floor. It's just like there. No tiles. No, they did not even topping up the houses. It's like you just walk there. Now we are wondering, are they going to hand over the houses in the way they are now? Or what are they going to do, especially on the floor? Because the councillor was here today and he told us, the houses are not yet ready, electricity are not connected, so we cannot tell people to go into the houses without electricity because we do not know what was the cause of the fire that destroyed the structures last year. So we cannot send people. He said they cannot send people to go. They occupy the houses of which they do not know what was the cause of the fire. So now they have to finish first, because if we go there and we do not have, there's no electricity, we are going to use candles, we are going to use woods to cook outside, we are going to use gas. And if someone's house burned down, who is that person are we going to ask what caused the fire? So they said we must be patient until end of September so that we can go and take over for houses. Otherwise, we will remain here.
Regional Councillor Florian Donata says that the houses only need to be connected to the power grid before they can be allocated to the identified victims of the Twala fire.
As we speak right now, the houses are complete, but the houses are not yet connected to the power grid. The water, not water, but the tender for electricity was advertised, and the due date was on the 10th of this month. So the hold up as we speak right now is the supply of electricity to this house. So yes, you will find some other people arguing that we must move the people to the houses without electricity. But me as a regional councillor that is coming from the party that is there to restore the dignity of our people, I believe there is no dignity in a house that without electricity in an urban setup. That's why we then get to a table and decide and listen to each other. Then we then decide the house must first equipped with electricity for the people to move in. But another point is not only about dignity, it's the issue of looking at back at the fire of last year. It's general knowledge that fire is being caused by firewood, candles, and gas stove. All right. Now, let's assume these three things are the cause of the fire of Otaroroka last year. Then we move people from the tent to those houses. Then they are going to start using these instruments of fire making and stuff back in those houses. And 10 or 15 of those houses get burned again. Who's going to be responsible of rebuilding again those houses? And mind you, these houses are built for the poor. And the poor people are people that cannot afford fire insurance and others. Who is going to pay for this? Government again? So prevention is better than cure. I'm urging my people that are in those houses, or in those tents, at least there's light at the end of the tunnel. At least they can see the houses that government is busy building for them. I understand they are tired of living in the harsh condition that they are living in, but I'm urging them and I'm pleading with them to be patient with us. We are fast-tracking the process of putting electricity in those homes. And then when they move there, we eliminate the issue of fear of fire next time, and then they get to their houses. So that is my plea.
When life gets boring, we bring out our play, because playfulness is in our DNA. It's in the way we move and love. We're the different flavors that make life more exciting. We're the ones who add color to every moment. Fanta, color every moment.
It's ShopRite's big low price birthday. We're celebrating with big deals and even bigger savings. Like a bottle of Stay Soft fabric softener, only $32.99. And a tin of Ricoffee, just $78.99. Don't miss out on our big low price birthday. Only at ShopRite.
Rauna Hamanyela, like many other Namibians, has long dreamt of a place to call her own, and she never thought she would see the day that she would be forced to live in a tent after already having lived in a shack. She is but one of the 100+ Namibians who lost their livelihoods in the Twaloloka fire in winter last year. She expressed her disappointment in the SWAPO government.
The problem with our government is that they have really failed the nation. They told us they went on exile to fight for the land. But that same people, they are still not doing what is right. We are Namibians, and every Namibian should have at least a decent shelter where to live. We must have where we call, this is my home. But our government is always, whenever it comes to the land, they don't want to give the land to the people. The reason is that the land is not yet serviced. The land is too expensive to be, the servicing of the land is too expensive. That is only the reason the government have. And now they are telling people, this is the country with law. Yes, we do understand. There is a law of men. The laws of the government is the law of men. But there is a law from above, which is God's law. So, our government have failed us. They were supposed to do what is right. If they went to exile to fight for the land, they were supposed to do what is right, to give the land to everyone. Now, they are using the land to enrich themselves. Because if you walk around Windhoek, you walk around Walvis Bay, you find these houses for whom, this house is for whom, one person with 10 houses in one town. But there's someone who does not have anything. You are the minister, you are the what, your children have everything. But the people that's always queuing up, electing you, they don't have anything. They're always crying. But tomorrow we must vote again. We don't feel like we are in the government. People, they are tired. They have to grab the land. A lot of people, they have shed their blood because of Namibia. But yet the blood is still being shed by the people who are on the government. Until when? God is watching. And God is not watching only and keep quiet. God is watching and he will act. By the time God will act with this government, they will know there's God who have created heaven and earth. They must know that. And I want this message to go straight to the top leaders of this government, that God is watching. And that same God is not only watching and keep quiet. God is watching and he will act. And my Bible tells me that it's a very fearful thing for a person to fall into the hand of God. One day they will fall in the hand of God and they will know that someone has created the heaven and earth. And that earth they don't want to give people. They will give it by force, by the hand of God himself.
Regional Councillor Florian Donatus remains adamant that proper procedures should be followed to ensure a peaceful resolution to the land issue in this country, and said,
they never took it serious. They need to redouble the effort. We are now living in as we speak right now, money that's supposed to go to local authority are sitting in the pockets of people that are living in bashes behind people's house or people's homes. If you come back in this Varves Bay, the sewer system cannot hold up the sewage that are coming through those homes because the houses are full to over its limit. One house have got 10 ghettos, and each ghetto is paid 1,500. This is 15,000 that is going to an individual, and this individual only pay once a month rate and tax and water and electricity. Do you understand? So meaning out of 15,000, this person will only spend 3,500 or 4,500. The rest of the money is him or for himself. Who is making money here now? The burden still goes back to the municipality. The sewer system is not carrying the capacity of the people, because one house, there are about 40 people staying in one house. One house that has got a capacity of carrying only maximum of about 5 people or 8. Is now having about 40 people. And these people, who are they paying to? The owner of the house. And the owner of the house will never pay 40 times the rate and tax. He will only pay rate and tax once to the local authority council. And my point now that I'm writing this one is to make government aware that should they speed up the process of giving land to the people, then the local authority will have money to develop the town council with money coming out of these people. Because these people we need to find a modality of giving land to these people. This issue of giving land to people with pre-approval from the bank and they must be credit worthy and stuff have put people back to the street. We need the municipality themselves to deal with the client directly, to say, we are coming in, we give you this piece of land, so you start paying it off. It's $500 a month for the plot. You start building your own house now. Then you out of that you pay rate and tax, and then you then pay for your water, then you pay for your electricity. So then out of the people that are behind people's house, they will then get back in the system. Then they will create these $500 or $700 for an elf. It's getting to the council, and council will be in position to service more land, and then the rate and tax will create will decongest the sewer system in the location, and then the money that they are spending too much in repairs of overflows and so on of these minors and stuff, sewage system, they are no longer going to spend it, and they save it for extra extension of a new suburb. So the process of giving land must be in the hands of the municipality. We must take out the middlemen, the real estate agent, everybody that are there. Real estate agent must get in the business of selling complete house and so on. But the people that are starting, they must start somewhere. They then graduate to say, oh, now I no longer want. So we must then graduate to say, oh, I no longer want to live in Kusepmund. So now, with your financial stability is the one that is now moving you from Kusepmund to Miesa, or from Miesa to wherever you want to be. That is financial stability. But those without financial stability, we don't want them to be kept behind other people's houses. So if government can speed up the process of giving land to the people, giving the power to the local authority to give land to the people, and people have an account directly with the municipality whereby they use their 1,500 that they pay behind people's house, then they use it to pay for their plot, rate and taxes, water and electricity.
Stay true to who you are and stay true to Namibia Sounds. Starting September 4th at 7 p.m., Valentine's and 99 FM bring you the True Music Sessions, a back-to-back playlist of our nation's finest artists, brought to you by the finest blended Scotch whiskey, Valentine's. Stay true. There's no wrong way.
Surprise! It's OK's Big Birthday Surprises. Win your share of 300,000 in instant cashback surprises. Buy any participating product and swipe to enter. Plus, get Rice King Parboiled Rice, only $27.99. McCain Country Crop for just $31.99. And Real Good Mixed Chicken Portions for a surprising $76.99. Only at OK. Owners you can count on.
Regional Councillor Florian Donatus remains adamant that proper procedures should be followed to ensure a peaceful resolution to the land issue in this country, and said
the houses are being constructed by Sheikh Dweras. So Sheikh Dweras, they are the one constructing the 32 houses for themselves, for their people, the people that were to get, first of all, the fire victims were identified to be 153. 32 people belongs to Sheikh Dweras. Sheikh Dweras have got their own project. Standard Bank gave them money to build houses for their people. So then Sheikh Dweras take out their 32 people. Then we were left, as government, we were left with 121. These 121 houses are now for the people that were that are fire victims, but did not belong to Sheikh Dweras. But these houses, the one of 121 and the 32 houses, they are all being built by Sheikh Dweras. If government was building houses for land grabbers, they could have started in Windhoek where it's small, but they didn't. The houses are for fire victims. And I still repeat myself, even if you were the very first person to grab land, whatever year that they started grabbing land, and your house last year didn't burn. You are just a you are just a person that is looking for land. We document it to you like that, and when people are now going to give land to the people, yes, we will look at that direction for you, for people to start with them. But I want them to calm down. Those that got houses, it's not because they cleared land, it's because their ghettos burned. Their fight for land is still a genuine fight. They must continue, put pressure to the people that are at those offices where the land is available. Unfortunately, at the office of the regional councillor, I'm still also relying on the local authority for them to give land to my people. So I'm one of these people that also pressurizing the local authority of this Walvis Bay to give land to my people, because I'm tired of people living behind people's house.
Landless Namibian Rauna Hamunyela felt the wrath of the law and nature last year when her shack was ravaged by the fire in Twaloloka. Her son recently had a baby, and the baby is exposed to the elements and therefore prone to illness. She and many others living in the area are tired of waiting on governments to give them the houses that remain empty due to various reasons. Otweya, Marawen.
Yeah, it's the result of the coldness and windy. Because when it's windy, dust comes in the tents, and that dust does not get out of the tent until the next day. Dust is always rolling around the tents. So it's a baby, 2 months old babies. He must just be coughing. Sometimes it's too cold, very cold. Even the wind that is blowing is just cold. That's the result of us being in the tents for a whole year and some few weeks again. But yet we are waiting till the end of September. We do not know if it is end of September or beyond that. We do not know. We are still waiting. We told the councillor today that councillor, if that does not happen, we will come back to you. He said he will be making noise to the people of municipality, and then we told him we will also making noise to you because you are our councillor. It's only to you we can come, nowhere else but to you. Just to press a person or to push a person to do what is right, to fulfill his promise. Because Namibia is only talking by the word of the mouth, but fulfillment of the word of their mouth is not there. We must always do as we are talking. We cannot just be talking, but we are not fulfilling the words of our mouth.
I also requested an interview with the Governor Neville Itope. And with that, it's a wrap. Thanks for watching.
Bear with me. Sometimes I do these things in a hurry. I wanna see some changes with no worries. Drive out issues fast like a Rari. I watch Pohamba given to a charity. I wanna do the same for you, Barry.